Young and the Restless Spoilers. It was a quiet night at Daniel's house. The smart home security system silently monitored every corner while Daniel, Heather, and Lucy lay in their beds. But outside, under the veil of darkness, Sharon was lurking, driven by dangerous thoughts, all planted in her mind by the sinister whispers of Cameron. She had become so consumed by her desire to eliminate Daniel that she threw caution to the wind. Sharon didn't think rationally anymore. Cameron had convinced her that killing Daniel was the only way to end her torment. In her deluded mind, Daniel was the source of all her pain. Without a second thought, Sharon made her move. She disabled the lock and slipped into the house. The knife in her hand glistened as the moonlight filtered through the windows. Her breathing was shallow, her heart racing, but her mind was clouded with one clear instruction: end Daniel's life. Sharon tiptoed her way down the hallway, headed toward Daniel's bedroom. Cameron's voice echoed in her mind, urging her forward. "This is it, Sharon. This is your only chance. If Daniel survives, he'll ruin everything. You need to finish him off while he's vulnerable. Don't be weak." Cameron's manipulation was ruthless, and Sharon was too far gone to realize how deep she'd fallen under his control. As Sharon crept closer to Daniel's door, she paused. For a brief moment, her hands trembled. The knife felt heavy, as if the weight of her actions was starting to bear down on her. But she quickly silenced the small flicker of doubt. Cameron's words rang louder. "He deserves this. He's the reason for your suffering. It's either him or you." Her shaky resolve hardened again, and she continued, unaware that her every move had already triggered the house's smart security system. The system registered her intrusion, and alarms suddenly blared throughout the house, jarring Daniel awake. "What the hell?" Daniel shot up from his bed, groggy but alert. The shrill sound of the alarm mixed with the cold air of the night sent chills down his spine. As he rushed out of the bedroom, he could see a shadowy figure moving in the dark, Sharon, standing in the hallway, clutching a knife in her hand. His blood ran cold. "Sharon? What are you doing here?" Daniel's voice was a mixture of disbelief and panic. He could barely recognize the woman in front of him, her eyes wild with fear and desperation. He didn't know it yet, but Sharon had come to kill him. Sharon's lips parted, but no coherent words came out. The tension in the air was thick, and Daniel knew something was terribly wrong. He noticed the knife gleaming in Sharon's hand, and that was all the confirmation he needed. Without hesitation, Daniel lunged toward her, trying to disarm her before she could strike. But Sharon was faster than he anticipated. Fueled by adrenaline and desperation, she slashed at him with the knife. Daniel barely dodged the blade as it whizzed past his face, narrowly missing him. The two engaged in a dangerous struggle, their bodies colliding as they fought for control. Sharon was unhinged, swinging the knife wildly as Daniel fought to wrestle it from her grasp. "Sharon, stop. What are you doing?" Daniel shouted, but his words fell on deaf ears. Sharon's mind was too far gone, consumed by Cameron's influence. She couldn't see the reality of her actions anymore. Meanwhile, Heather had woken up amidst the chaos. The blaring alarm and the sounds of the struggle immediately put her on high alert. She bolted out of bed and rushed to Lucy's room, finding her daughter already wide-eyed with fear. "Mom, what's happening?" Lucy asked, her voice trembling. "We need to go, now." Heather pulled Lucy to her feet. She had seen Daniel fighting Sharon and knew that things were rapidly spiraling out of control. Her first instinct was to protect her daughter, to get her out of the house and call for help. But Lucy, seeing her father in danger, hesitated. "I can't just leave him. Dad needs help." Lucy's voice cracked as tears welled up in her eyes. "Lucy, we don't have time. We need to get the police." Heather pleaded, pulling Lucy toward the door. She knew they couldn't handle Sharon on their own. Daniel needed reinforcements, and fast. Reluctantly, Lucy followed her mother out the front door, her heart aching with every step she took away from her father. Heather fumbled for her phone, dialing 911 with shaky hands as she and Lucy ran down the street. Inside the house, Daniel was losing strength. Sharon, wielding the knife with terrifying precision, managed to land a shallow cut across Daniel's arm. The pain was sharp, but Daniel didn't stop fighting. He grabbed Sharon's wrist, trying to force the knife from her hand, but Sharon's grip was like iron. She was possessed, driven by an overwhelming desire to finish what she had started. Why, Sharon? Why are you doing this? Daniel grunted as they struggled, his voice filled with confusion and anger.